The U.S. retail sector is in crisis. In 2025 alone, more than 2,600 stores are shutting their doors. From clothing brands to big box chains, companies that once dominated malls and main streets are disappearing at an alarming pace. Experts are calling it another chapter in the ongoing retail apocalypse. But here's the twist. While some chains are collapsing, others are not just surviving, they're thriving. So what's behind this wave of closures, and what are the successful retailers doing differently? Let's break it down. First, the numbers. Over 2,600 store closures in a single year is staggering. That means thousands of jobs lost, empty storefronts in malls and shopping centers, and entire communities affected. Retail bankruptcies have spiked, with some companies disappearing entirely and others drastically shrinking their physical footprint. Chains in apparel, home goods, and specialty retail have been hit especially hard. And while headlines often focus on one or two famous names going under, the truth is that this is a broad, industry-wide problem. So what's causing the wave of closures? There isn't one single reason. It's a perfect storm. Consumer behavior has shifted dramatically since the pandemic. E-commerce continues to grow, with more shoppers turning to Amazon, Walmart.com, and direct-to-consumer websites for everyday purchases. Inflation has squeezed household budgets, leading people to cut back on discretionary spending like clothes and decor. At the same time, many retailers are burdened with high debt from years of private equity ownership or overexpansion. When sales dropped, they simply couldn't keep up. Another factor is changing demographics. Younger consumers, especially Gen Z, shop differently. They're less loyal to legacy brands, more focused on value and uniqueness, and more comfortable buying online or through social media platforms like TikTok and Instagram. That leaves traditional retailers struggling to attract and keep younger shoppers. For some, it's already too late. But here's the important part. Not every retailer is failing. In fact, some are thriving, even in this tough environment. The difference lies in strategy. The retailers that are surviving share three key traits. First, they've embraced omnichannel retail. That means blending online and in-store seamlessly. Successful chains have invested heavily in buy online pickup in-store, curbside pickup, and same-day delivery. They've turned their physical stores into hubs that complement their digital presence. Instead of treating e-commerce as competition, they've made it part of the business model. Second, thriving retailers have focused on customer experience. If you're going to get people to leave their homes and visit a store, it has to be worth it. That means interactive displays, knowledgeable staff, personalized recommendations, and even entertainment. Think of Apple stores, which feel more like community hubs than traditional retail, or Nike, which has turned some of its stores into immersive experiences where shoppers can customize sneakers on the spot. Experiences drive foot traffic, not just products on shelves. Third, the winners are adapting their inventory to match consumer trends quickly. Fast fashion brands like Zara and Shein thrive because they can pivot designs in weeks. Discount retailers like Dollar General and TJ Maxx thrive because they offer constant variety at low prices. In 2025, agility is survival. Chains that move slowly or rely on outdated seasonal strategies simply can't compete. Another piece of the story is technology. Retailers that are investing in AI-driven analytics, automated inventory systems, and personalized marketing are staying ahead. AI helps predict demand, manage supply chains, and even power virtual try-ons online. Meanwhile, struggling retailers are the ones still clinging to legacy systems and failing to modernize. For malls and shopping centers, the closures are devastating. Anchor tenants disappearing means smaller stores struggle too. But there's also reinvention happening. Some malls are being converted into mixed-use spaces with offices, gyms, healthcare clinics, and entertainment venues. The mall of the future might look less like a shopping hub and more like a community center, Retail is shrinking, but the real estate is evolving. So what does all of this mean for workers and consumers? For workers, it's a tough reality. Job losses are mounting, especially in sectors like apparel, where automation and e-commerce reduce the need for staff. For consumers, it's a mixed bag. There are fewer stores to choose from, but the ones that survive are often better, more innovative, more focused on service, and more aligned with modern shopping habits. For businesses, the lesson is clear. The retail apocalypse isn't about the end of physical stores. It's about the end of old strategies. Retailers that adapt, by blending online and offline, by creating experiences, by embracing technology, can thrive. Those that don't are being wiped out. So here's the bottom line. 2025 may go down as one of the most brutal years for U.S. retail in recent memory, with more than 2,600 closures. But within that destruction, there's also a blueprint for survival. The apocalypse isn't universal. The smart, the agile, and the innovative are proving that physical retail still has a future, but only if it evolves. What do you think? Are we watching the death of physical retail, or just the rebirth of a smarter, leaner version? Let me know in the comments below.